Hey Bags, today I'm going to show you how to have healing items in Return to Modia by getting the oven. To do that you're going to need to get bronze, and bronze is pretty tough. You need tin and you obviously need lots of copper. This mini guide to the Modia mines will also show you how to get the beer crafting going on, and obviously I'll show everything that you can unlock with bronze in the early game, especially weapons and armor. So if you find this useful, do leave a like, check out the rest of my Return to Modia content, and let's go. Once you start exploring the Elven Quarter, you'll probably recognise there's a ton of new weapons and armours after you've repaired some of the statues. Some of the fragments you won't be able to actually get the full blueprints for until you actually go into the mines themselves, and of course you do need that steel pickaxe. So this is where some people are getting stuck. They see a bunch of resources that they have got nowhere to find, and they think that maybe it's something they've missed. It is all in the mines, but you have to go deeper sometimes to get the main two resources, which of course is copper, but more importantly tin. Top tip, if you use the left trigger or one button, I swear, on keyboard, you can actually call out the ores and it will mark it on your map so you know where to come back to later. Some of the ores you won't be able to get until you get the next upgrade with the pickaxe. Copper is green and orange, slightly gold, and tin is grey and red. If you explore just the beginning parts of the mines, you should find plenty of copper relatively easy. Hold off on actually crafting anything with that copper ore just yet, because there's not a lot of items that actually just use copper ingots, only a few crafting benches. So as always, never cook up all your ore just in case you need it to make more better refined ingots later. The main path in the actual mines themselves, and remember this will be the same for everyone, the ores change, some of the statues might change, and some of the ruins might be in slightly different places, but the general layout that you can go down into the very bottom parts of the mine is the same. You always go to the left when you come through the dirt wall, follow these stairways down, then there's a small jump here onto these broken stairs, and you just basically keep going down. Slinger right here and keep going, and we're basically going to show you how to get hold of a nice location for a base to smelt and get all of these ores. You should start finding more of these smaller boulders as well to get some of the copper ore too. And yeah, just keep going down the stairways until you get to the very bottom. There are going to be lots of dangers. You might find roving bands of orcs, and they're much stronger than you'll find in the Elven Quarter. You'll also find possibly hives or nests of spiders. So that's something else you need to bear in mind. Once you get down to the very bottom cavern, there's a few different little ways to go. You might find more pockets of resources, but you want to keep going straight on. You'll come across a wide open area, and there should be a large construct to the left hand side, and maybe this will be, you'll get the first oats that you can use to make beer and lots of honey cakes. I know this is a guide on how to get bronze, but these are the steps that are really making sure you understand where to go. You should then see a little rise on the left hand side, and you're pretty much always guaranteed to find a good base spot here, as it will have the remnants of a forge as well as obviously a furnace, and it should be where you come across the rune table. I highly recommend you fortify this place and make it your next outpost or base. You can only put one kind of charm on your weapons at first, which is basically making your weapons glow when orcs are nearby. And then when you're ready, maybe you've already got some map stones so that you can teleport between this place and a previous base, it's time to go and explore a little bit more. Now, in the beta, I did find tin in this large, massive open area of Modia. But it does look like they have moved it further and deeper into the actual mines. And so you're going to have to just go in and explore. This is where things get even more dangerous, as you should find more pockets of spiders, more orcs, and possibly more attacks from bats. If you follow the straight path towards where the marker location will be basically telling you to go, so I believe you've got to get to the highway, and that's the story mission goal, that should more or less get you close enough that you might start seeing some tin. But you might also come across very tough areas like Orktown, or one of the big massive troll fights that you may have to take part in. Remember, this is where the randomness comes into it in Modia, that sometimes these tiles will be in different locations or maybe different directions, so it's no really good at telling you exactly which way you might go. But you can see here we've got a little bit of tin behind this statue, and this is the first time I encountered it. So obviously go ahead and mine it using your pickaxe, and hopefully you'll get enough to start crafting the bronze ingots you need to get better weapons and armour. You'll have to look out for more spider nests, and as I said, there is usually a big deposit near the main boss in this area. But if you fully explore as much as you can deep in the mines, you may come across more of the tin before having to take him on, as it's not advised with any of the steel weapons that you might have. You'll probably need something much stronger. You can try sneaking past like I did to go and get a big mother load of the tin here. But eventually I was spotted by him and he started throwing these massive boulders at me. So yeah, be on the lookout. There's a lot more other dangers too, like the air vents, as well as breaches where rocks and debris may fall and actually harm you. So always get out of the way from any falling air that you see, as it usually means a rock's about to land on your head. And yeah, look out for this big large space that also had a good amount of tin. So it's 3 copper ore and 3 tin ore to go ahead and make 1 piece of bronze. This is why you don't use up or cook up all of your copper ore into ingots. So of course you can use the bronze to make some of the weapons that you found at the Narsvorge when you first got into the Elven Quarter. Otherwise, hopefully you might have unlocked even more weapons and armour by repairing lots of the statues while exploring the mines. You need bronze for Loney's Key, which you can find in the chest here as well, and you can get yourself some bonus resources. With copper ingots you will be able to make the oven, and this is how you can start making foods that will heal you when you explore, so it's super important. And copper ingots will also get you the brew kettle. So there's the oven here with all the stuff you can make, and these all will help you heal when you're out and about. And then you've got the kettle that makes beer, and this will give you an energy boost. But be warned, it does take a lot of the oats, so you may want to start farming them as much as possible. Bronze can be used to make elven arrows, the last alliance mole so far, and you can use it to also make the spear, which I definitely recommend as it's pretty powerful for taking on lots of enemies. The shield wall is also pretty good too, and there's another tier 1 Eragon shield as well. I'm going to have a much more in-depth guide to the mines once I get the next upgrade to my pickaxe, so I can show you everything that you can craft with silver, all the precious gems, and maybe gold and more. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, hopefully it's been useful, and I'll see you rat bags later.